Hello, this is your host again for the Namdin's YouTube channel. This is Kashindi Andreas. I just want to share with you again on health, on the importance of looking after your health, because it's one of the most important things. I've already shared another video where I was just talking about the importance of looking after your health and the fact that you need to be proactive rather than reactive to your health. Okay, so right now I want to share with you three stories of people who were very, very close to me. We unfortunately lost, they are my friends, they were my friends, and unfortunately we had lost them to COVID. Now, at the same time, let me just make a thesis statement that in June of 2021, and I'm recording this in October of 2021, on the 5th of October 2021, today, Friday, here in Namibia. In June, at the beginning of June, I contracted COVID. I passed it on to my wife, passed it on to my two boys in the house, and I went to get almost 7,000 Namibia dollars, which I had saved up for something. And I took that money and I went to the New Life office and I bought a whole range of products for the children, because children's nutrition, one of my sons who had COVID as well was 2 years old. The other one is 14. And myself and my wife, we are obviously much older. And so I took that money and I bought the New Life products for children and I bought the ones for adults, immune boosters, mostly immune boosters, and we took them like crazy. I'm talking about taking 9 tablets at once in the morning, 6, sometimes 6 in the morning, 6 midday, and 6 at in the afternoon or in the evening. Okay, so I took those products and I used them, and within 7 days, I was cleared of COVID without having to go to the hospital, without having to fall ill and get to be put on oxygen masks and go in ICUs and things like that, and bother my family to start running around to come to the hospital and things like that. I had to do that. Why? Because I have a very, very serious understanding of the importance of my health. So the fact that I understand how important my health is, I had to take that 7,000. Now, at the same time, I had a friend of mine who is a millionaire as well, who lives in another town outside Windhoek. He doesn't live in Windhoek. For privacy's sake, I will not disclose his name or any more details of his. But he was just a few years older than myself, right? And this man, I spoke to him about 3 years ago when he told me he was diagnosed with high blood pressure a few years prior to then. I spoke to him to buy products, and he sent me some money and he bought products for high blood pressure. He took them, and within 7 days he called me. And he said, look, my blood pressure, I've been suffering from high blood pressure for over 7 years. But for the first time after I took your products today, on the 7th day today, I had a normal blood reading, okay? And that means that his blood pressure was not high. It was normal for the first time in 7 years after taking my New Life nutrition, all right? So I was very, very happy for him. So I said, look, you can just continue to buy. Every month you need to invest in your health and buy some products. And he just started dodging, right? You know how people are. You know, you start dodging your friend. When I call him, he doesn't really pick up. He comes back to me. I was busy. I was in a meeting and all that. And he was a millionaire, and I understand that, right? And he was very busy. He was into construction and things like that. So I continued to encourage him to buy, and he never bought again. Right. So in July this year, he contracted COVID, and because of the underlying condition of having had high blood pressure, chronic, and he was on chronic blood pressure medication, unfortunately, within 3 days of him contracting COVID, he passed away. He left a wife and his children. Okay, that's one story. The second story that I want to share with you now. This guy had money. I mean, I don't care if he says he used to tell me he doesn't have money, but I mean, if you are driving a Range Rover, you're driving a Ford Ranger, you are driving all these expensive cars, you can't afford $2,500 or $3,000 to look after your health. Is that what you're saying? Is that really what you're saying? You driving a Mercedes Benz, you have maybe 4 or 5 cars in the garage. Are you telling me you really can't afford $2,000 or $3,000 maybe dollars to buy products for yourself? That is very sad. It is very sad how we prioritize everything else, but we do not look after our health. Second story that I want to share with you is a gentleman, a business partner of mine, who lived in Livingston. He was a Neolife distributor in the team, and he stopped renewing his Neolife ID, his Neolife membership, I think about 3-4 years ago. And he went into pig farming and this other farming things, right? And he used to do this just doing other businesses, basically. And he stopped looking after himself. He stopped taking Neolife nutrition. He unfortunately also contracted COVID. And in 2021, I think around about June, July, September, and as I'm talking to you as well, he passed away. He couldn't survive COVID. Okay, so it's a very, very sad situation. I mean, my heart bleeds for these guys, all right? The other person that I would like to share again his story is that business partner of mine out in Lusaka, who actually is the one responsible for almost starting the team I have in Lusaka of over 300 distributors that I have in Lusaka today in my Neolife business. This man had everything, on his table basically, and he had access to Neolife products. And 6 years ago, he stopped buying products for his own use. He stopped building the business, and he was just a normal person doing his own job and running this other business or whatever, right? And unfortunately, he also contracted COVID this year, 2021. And around about September or so, he also passed away. He could not make it through COVID. Now, if you listen to these 3 classic cases and case studies that I've just mentioned, these guys are all around about the same age as me. We all had COVID. What is the difference? Why did I survive? I know the grace of God is there, right, upon my life, but the grace of God can be upon your life if you also are doing what you're supposed to do as a human being to look after your health. That's the reason why God put Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, and he provided them with all the natural, unsprayed with anything, plants that bore fruits, and that bear fruits, and he made sure that these guys ate fruits, vegetables, and herbs that are supposed to be able to look after their health or to help them to live healthier lives. So the difference between these 3 people who passed away of COVID and myself is that I was consistent with taking my Neolife nutrition. That is the basic and the most profound thing that you need to find out about this, or that you need to understand about this, is that the difference between them and me is that I made a conscious choice to sacrifice some comfort, to sacrifice some of the money that I have to buy my nutritionals from my Neolife business. That is the difference. That is the difference maker that made sure that I am alive today. Glory be to God, right? The fact that I'm alive today, it's because I made that conscious choice. And of course, I pray over my nutritional supplements. I don't know what you pray over. You can pray over your food, but if your food is got poison, it's already got poison. Even if you pray, you still pray. You are praying amiss. And the Bible says that people can pray amiss. You can pray a prayer that will not be answered because you are praying in ignorance. You are praying amiss. But for me, I take my highly concentrated Neolife nutritional supplements that are organically grown fruits, vegetables, and herbs that are supposed to be eaten by humans. And that's what I've been taking. And I continue to take those products, and I will continue to take them for the rest of my life. Me and my family, we have made a conscious decision to take those products. So the difference between me and my 3 departed friends is that I continued to use my Neolife products. they stopped using New Life products, or they didn't want to use them, and because of that, they had other underlying health challenges, and that is why they could not survive COVID. All right. So with those few words, I know this is not one of the best things to share. It's never a good idea it's never an easy thing to share about people having died, but I needed to share this to make an impact, because my assignment on earth is that I want to make a positive impact in the lives of people in terms of their health, their well-being, and their financial well-being as well. All right, and their spiritual well-being as well, because all those things are intertwined. And because I'm here on earth, I know that that's the purpose that God has put me on earth. All right.